Hello families and students preparing to register for 8th grade at Central Middle School in Eden Prairie. My name is Rich Larson and I'm the Associate Principal here at CMS, and I'm going to take a few moments to walk through some of the key changes that we're making in our schedule and offerings for the 21-22 school year. The things I'm going to talk about today are the 8-period day. We're moving from a 6-period day to an 8-period day, and I will talk about what that looks like. Flex. That is a choice period, which will be built in 5 times each week. Choice. Students will have choice over their offerings in their schedule. I'm going to talk through what those choices will be. We've transitioned from having world language every other day all year long to every day for 1 semester. And finally, Phi Ed in the past has been a quarter class. Moving forward, it's going to go every other day all year long, alternating with music. So first, we are going to be operating on an 8-period modified block. So there'll be 8 periods in our day, and on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, students will have each of those 8 periods, and they'll meet for either 44 or 45 minutes. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, there will be block classes. Students will have a block of 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 7th on Wednesday, 2, 4, 6, and 8 on Thursday, and each block will be about 88 minutes on Wednesday and Thursday. So as you can see, each class will meet 4 times per week. 3 times it will be in a shorter 44 minute class, and then 1 time as a block. So that's what our schedule will look like. If you were at CMS, maybe you had an older sibling a year ago, they might know what Flex is because we had it twice a week. This is where student choice is built into the school day. And in our new schedule, students will have Flex every day. During Flex, students can make selections based on what their needs are. Each teacher will create an offering that is either support, extension, or discovery. Support is, as an example, would be time going over a lesson from a day before, being able to retake a test of some kind. Maybe you missed class, you need to meet with the teacher to find out what you missed. Extension is being able to go deeper into the content in ways that you weren't able to in class, perhaps an extra science lab. And discovery, these are things that are more aligned with teacher or student passions and interests, things that are offered to students who are able. So again, students will be able to make a selection each day based on whatever they need. And we're really excited about Flex, and we hope that it will continue to be something that both students and staff look forward to. Typical activities that normally would have been built into advisory may show up in Flex as well. So that will be every day, and that doesn't appear on the registration form, but it is a key change to our schedule. So the 8th grade programming at CMS looks like this. There are year-long classes, core classes like math, science, English, social studies. Phi Ed and music will alternate all year. Those classes won't change. But there are several classes that will change after a semester. As I mentioned earlier, world language will be every day for a semester. In addition, we've got 2 offerings, choice offerings, for students which are aligned to our new Eden Prairie pathways of business and management, as well as engineering and technology. In just a moment, I'll talk about the offerings that are available in these pathways. Finally, there are 2 quarter classes available to our 8th graders. They'll take health, and then they will also be able to pick one of 3 fine arts offerings, which they'll take for a quarter. So here are the selections they'll make. World language and music. Students continue with the same world language and music choices they had in 7th grade. The fine arts offerings students will have are 3D visual arts, theater arts, or visual arts and identity. And linked in the materials that will go home on February 4th, or have gone, depending when you're watching this, there is a course curriculum guide for CMS. This can also be found in the CMS registration hub. And for all of these classes, you'll be able to read a course description if you go to that link. Again, it's available in the CMS registration hub, which is on the Eden Prairie website and also linked in the registration materials sent home on February 4th. The 2 classes that students are going to pick from in the business and management pathway are either personal and business career literacy or Business, Leadership, and Management. Again, all 8th graders will pick one of those 2 courses. And in the Engineering and Technology pathway, our 8th graders will pick from Design, Model, and Make, or Coding and Robotics. And just to reiterate, in our curriculum guide, you'll be able to read descriptions of each of these courses to inform the decision that you make for your 8th grader. So a sample schedule for an 8th grade student laid out by quarter might look something like this. Again, math, science, English, and social studies. They'll have those every day, all year long, along with flex. You can see down here, you've got your fine arts class for a quarter, health for a quarter, and then your world language offering for a semester. PE and music will alternate all year long, and one of those 2 electives will take place for a semester, and one of the 2 electives will take place in the corresponding semester. So the timeline for registration: on February 4th, families are going to be emailed these materials, and that is a letter which is going to outline this content I'm sharing now. There is going to be a link to the curriculum guide, as I mentioned, and most importantly, there is a link to a Google form that we have put together for families to go through and make their selections. And when you submit that Google form, you should get an email back showing what you've registered for. Our registration window is open from February 4th through the 15th in that Google form. And on March 5th, we are going to be sending home a confirmation letter just to make sure that families know exactly what they have registered for. And at that time, if you need to make a change, we invite you to reach out to us. If students have questions, 8th graders are invited to reach out to their first period teacher or counselor, because they are also going to be going over this presentation. You're always welcome to reach out to me. Again, my name is Rich Larson. Richard_Larson at edenpr.org is my email, and my number is 952-975-7312, or you can just call the school and they'll transfer you to me. We want to partner with you to make sure that this is a smooth process. We're excited about these changes, and our goal is to make sure that you are informed about them so that you can walk with your student into this 21-22 school year, starting with the registration. So that's all that I have for you. I wish you well and hope you have a great day, great spring, and an excellent start to the 8th grade year. Be well, everyone.